Hi everyone, welcome to your June Alchemy Scope. I'm filming this on the Taurus new moon on May 17th. Here in the US, the new moon happens in a few hours, and it's happening on the 18th in Europe. It feels really good to film these on the new moon because this is the start of our new cycle. This is why I do these scopes. So it's the new moon, new month. And it's just richly imbued with the energies of the cycle itself. So I'm doing the card spreads today, and I'm doing this introduction today as well. So a couple quick logistical things before we get going. One is I want to sincerely thank those of you who have provided feedback and comments and emailed me personally, and new clients that have come forward. And I also want to really thank those of you who have donated. It's so appreciated, and it's so needed too. So I just really send you deep gratitude for that. It does not go unnoticed. It is so wonderful and so deeply appreciated. So thank you for those of you who have donated. These are time intensive to actually produce, but I'm so thrilled to do it. So I love creating these, and I love having the support to actually continue doing them, which is great. And I want to send a special thank you out to Eileen Wilkinson, who sent me the most amazing little angel in the mail. And it came at the most opportune time. So thank you, Eileen. You and I are in contact, as you know. So the other announcement I have is that I have started a Patreon campaign, and this is an ongoing campaign. I'm really excited about this, actually, because what it's doing is, for those who are interested in contributing on a monthly basis, whether it be $2 a month, $11 a month, $22 a month, or $55 a month, there are different benefits that you get, different additional treats, I suppose, different educational tools, additional pieces, additional videos that you'll get depending on which level you wish to support me at. And at the $55 a month level, for those interested on having kind of a continual touch base, I'm offering, in addition to the other list of goodies that you'll get, is a free 30-minute Skype session with me every month. And for those, of course, we can tune into your current astrological transits that are at play. We can talk about your solar return. We can talk about your soul print. We can talk, if you've had the archetypal profile done, we can dive into your archetypes deeper. We can also, if you've not had it done, we can actually start to identify your archetypes, and we can go there. So, and that would be every month, a free 30-minute Skype session with me, in addition to these other benefits. So I'm going to add a link either up here on the video or down below, or both. So if you'd like to learn more, please tune in and share. I'm excited because I think this could lead to deeper investigations, a deeper portal of investigation between me and the viewers. And there's going to be like Q&A, and there's going to be some other pieces. There's also going to be a mid-month Alchemy Scope coming up for those who are patrons at a certain monetary amount. So you can read the details below. And one more thing before we get started. Many people, as you probably know, because you've likely asked this yourself, a lot of people ask about which sign is optimal for me to watch. Sun, ascendant, moon. And I will tell you that it's very clear to me, for those of you who are serious about your soul's growth, serious about your spiritual evolution, who have been working on it for a while, you will find that your ascendant sign, as it is for your astrological scopes, because when you tune into your astrological scopes throughout YouTube and beyond, you want to tune into the house that's affected by the planetary relationships that are at play. But in addition, the alchemy scopes are like that too, in that when you tune into your ascendant sign, your ascendant is your perspective on life. It's the horizon line, so it's your viewpoint of life. It's your perspective. And we are moving through this incredible time of deep personal shifts, deep collective shifts. Our perspectives are shifting radically. So it is the ascendant sign that is going to guide you most accurately for the month. Now, if you're somebody who is new to the soul evolutionary journey, who is really, new to it and hasn't been doing a lot of work on themselves, you probably will resonate most with your sun sign. So you want to still tap into your sun sign. I mean, I still review my sun sign, but I have to tell you that in the last couple of years, I've resonated less and less and less with my sun sign and much more with my ascendant sign. Now, the other key is your north node. So if you do not know where your north node is located, what sign your north node is located in, find out. And in my online library, you can find out which sign your north node is in. There's a birth chart at the bottom of the online library where you access the dakinis, the meanings of the dakinis. So at the bottom of that page, there's a birth chart calculator. You want to tune into your north node because the north node is your soul's evolutionary journey. So more and more and more, just like your ascendant and your perspective that's evolving and maturing and growing and transmutating, so is your soul through the north node sign, see? So ascendant and north node, I would say, are your key scopes to look at. You still want to tune into your sun sign to see what the flavor is there. I have found for me that the sun sign is almost more of a sub-story that's playing out, and you might find the same thing. So it just depends. It depends on your beautiful, brilliant, unique constellation of self that is your natal chart and where the weight of impact is in that chart. So it's going to be different for everyone. You need to tune into that a little bit. And if you'd like a session with me, we can talk about that as well. But your ascendant and your north node, you really do want to tune into those, especially if you're serious about your evolution, about your growth, about your clarity, about your maturity. So that's all the announcements I had. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. So let's talk about the Sabian symbol, the symbology that's imbued with this beautiful Taurus new moon that's happening in a couple of hours. It is happening at 26 degrees 55 minutes. And the Sabian symbol is an old Indian woman selling the artifacts of her tribe to passersby. There are many beautiful aspects to this symbol. One, it's a woman, the feminine. Next, it's an old woman, wise woman, mature woman. Next, it's an Indian woman, indigenous knowing, indigenous wisdom, whole knowing, connection to nature. Then it is this wise, mature, indigenous woman selling these artifacts, these creative formed elements from this indigenous tribe of wise, connected to nature information that is now being disseminated to passersby. There's something quite beautiful about that. So I'll let that sit with you a little bit, let it marinate with you a little bit. And so let's move on to the individual scopes. That symbology, as you know, talks about the macro cycle on the collective scale, because all of us are sharing that particular symbology that's imbued with this new moon. So that's on the macro cycle. So let's look at the different levels through this 6-point alchemy scope, what is likely to be unfolding for you this month. Hi Pisces, so let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came forward for you to reflect the microcycle, the story that's playing out for Pisces-centric people over the course of this next 30-day cycle. You received the hexagram 38 diverging interests. Now, when we look at the I Ching is 64 hexagrams, and these hexagrams each are a stack of 6 lines. There's a trigram of 3 lines below and a trigram of 3 lines above. The 2 trigrams represent elements of nature. And the 2 trigrams that make up this particular hexagram are fire above, lake below. Again, I'm reading this from the visionary I Ching. There is a possibility that I'll be altering how I'm interpreting the I Ching in future alchemy scopes, but for now I'm using the visionary I Ching. An image of estrangement is indicated here. When brothers and sisters marry, they grow apart, since their allegiances now lie with their new families. Though they will remain close enough to successfully deal with problems and share minor interests, they will be unable to undertake any great projects together. Simply put, when people grow apart, even for the most natural of reasons, their points of view, values, and interests diverge. Divergent natures and interests do bring opposition into the world of human affairs. And when opposition drifts into alienation and enmity, there are no good results. But when opposition takes the form of healthy competition, or when it is simply part of the natural order of things and is recognized as such, good fortune is possible. Even when diverging interests makes a situation seem stagnant or futile, remember that there are always creative possibilities inherent in polarities. One is reminded of the interplay of the opposites, yin and yang. That is fundamental for the creation of life itself. And just as the symbol of the Tao illustrates, the yin and the yang have the seed of the other residing within each of them. Nevertheless, when opposition has its roots in issues of principle, hold on to your integrity and individuality. Avoid becoming involved with vulgar or base people who do not share your values. With both people and companies, one measure of stature is the quality of the competition. Hi Pisces, welcome to your June 2015 Alchemy Scope. So like in previous months, or most of them, I'm using my 144 card series deck, my own personal use deck that I use for myself, for the theme. And then like last month, I've also used the tarot to pull one major arcana for each of the weeks for the upcoming cycle so that we can get a little more information about what's unfolding per week. This month, I'm using my Druidcraft tarot. So let's take a look, and then we'll go ahead and shuffle and pull the archetype card and the Ascended Master at the end. So Pisces, for you, this is a month about, thematically, about self-evolution. This is about the development of yourself in more defined ways and really honing what it is you want and what it is that really is toxic for you, what does not serve you anymore, and really releasing it. So, in a very elemental but very profound and strong basis and level, you are the central point of the theme is you to evolve the place where you're at and have your natural self, your essence self, your soul print emerge. This is about evolving yourself into bigger, better, out of the box, out of the fear ideas about yourself, really expanding yourself, going beyond your comfort level in new ways. This is about really letting yourself come forward, becoming the fully expressed Piscean that is asking to come forward. And if I'm not mistaken, this has come up for you before. So there's more of a distinct theme, I would tell you, in that you're being asked to really learn what it is that you want. Now that might sound like an easy thing to do, but a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, are so disconnected from themselves they don't even know what they want. So this is about you really learning the lesson, learning the lessons, and figuring out, discerning what it is you want. Insist on it. In fact, very particularly, you're being asked to really, really, really insist on this process, to actually really go for it. Go into this process of learning what it is you want. In fact, I would even go so far as to say this month for you, it's critical that you do it. If you haven't done it yet, it's really critical that you actually get in and do it, because what's happening is on an emotional level, the toxic stuff that is residing within you, or the context within which you live or work, is creating a toxic soup that is not serving you. So anything that is toxic and not aligned with your true desires, this is the month. I mean, you're supported this month. The energies this month are supporting you to really allow the process of insisting you to get serious and really discern what it is you want and desire. Your mission, your goal, you can have anything you want. Anything you want. You can create anything beautiful. You can manifest anything you want. Your mission is to focus on anything as possible. You can manifest beauty, Pisces. You can. This is a matter of you really, really holding yourself accountable for the alchemist you are, for the magician that you are. So let's take a look at per week and see what's coming up for you. Okay, so in week 1, which starts now, so I'm filming this on May 18th, and we're already in this first week now. We're starting this first week of this new moon, new month cycle. You receive the High Priest reverse. The High Priest is the Hierophant. And the High Priest upright is about organization and categorization and kind of traditional larger entities that help organize and hone. When it's reversed, there's there's a bit of a rebellious attitude that can happen with this. You know, that you don't want to go with convention or with the bigger entities, that you are more focused on you as an individual, for example. The freedom of being confined to those organizations, for example. So the first week, you could really have that feeling of a bit of a rebel. You know, you don't want to go with the conventional. You want to be your own distinct individual self. And then in week 2, you got the Sun upright, which is fantastic. So the Sun is about emanation. It is about your light being. The Sun is in the spiritual sector of the 3 tiers of the tarot. And the Sun is about your soul print being fully expressed, fully emanated. Beautiful. So in the second week, you are going to have a sense of what wants to emerge. You're going to have a sense of the beautiful things that want to be manifested. You're going to have a sense of what it is you desire. The second week is going to bring you an embodied flavor or easy clues as to what it is you do want to manifest, what it is you desire, what is toxic that needs to be released, what is the evolution of self to change where you're at and how you emanate, what is your true nature. That's beautiful. So then, in the third week, you received the Lord, which is the Emperor, and you received it reversed. When it's upright, the Emperor is actually about the ennobling of the mind. It's about, you know, it's the father figure. It's those in charge. But it's really a noble figure. And indeed, in the original meanings of the tarot, the Emperor is about nobility of the mind. It's about noble use of the mind. It's the experience of the mind. So it's about, there's almost an ethos inherent in it. Now this is reversed. So for you, what that could look like is there might be a little bit of mental confusion. Essentially what it is you're not going to be utilizing your mind to its utmost effect. So you could feel some overwhelm, you could feel some stress, you could feel various bits of emotionality that's, you know, creating confusion within the mind. But it's a lack of allowing. So there's something that's going to go on mentally for you. This is in the mind sector of the tarot, that is going to interrupt the noble use of your mind, you know, the optimal use of your mind. And that kind of continues. So now in the 4th week, we have the Chariot reversed. Now, these are all, except for the Sun. So we have the High Priest, the Hierophant, the Emperor, the Lord, and the Chariot. All 3 of these are in the mental sector of the tarot. So the Chariot card, you received it reversed for this 4th week. The Chariot card is the 7th card. It is the culmination of this, the victory over use of the mind, the journey through the mind. The Chariot is the mastery through the mind, of journeying through the mind. So it's power of movement through the mental sector, through the mind. This is reversed for you. So the 3rd and the 4th week, you are going to have some, and this could definitely mean overwhelm. The Chariot reversed could definitely allude to the fact that you could feel not in control. And maybe some of the toxicity that's coming up in the spread could start to present itself more fully in that 4th week for you. But again, these can be reversed. When we look at these trajectories, you know, first of all, this is a general reading, but the other is when we see these trajectories, we can turn this over. We can just be mindfully aware of what it is that's unfolding this month. And we can make a different choice. It's a matter of being awake and aware of the energies that are playing out and then choosing accordingly. So let's take a look. So I'm shuffling Doreen Virtue's, oh, this is a gorgeous card for you, Pisces. This is gorgeous. Moses, take charge of the situation. I don't think this could be a more perfect card for you. So this is the Ascended Master, again, Doreen Virtue's deck. This is the guidance, the very specific guidance for you. Let me read from Doreen's book. But this is tremendous because this feels absolutely so on point for you. Okay, so this is what Doreen writes. You have the power to heal and alter the course of this situation. It's time for you to take charge and assume a leadership position. First, decide what you want. Be clear about the conditions that are acceptable or unacceptable to you. The universe responds when you're clear about your aims and intentions. The Ascended Masters will support your leadership role. Talk openly and honestly about your feelings. Make a decision instead of passively waiting. Give yourself permission to do what you feel is right. Don't wait. Take action. Be your own authority figure. I love this for you because this is a time when you are really just being so definitively called, Pisces, to step into your fully expressed, powerful, innately powerful self. It's gorgeous. So let's go ahead and pull up the Carolyn Myss deck. This is the Archetype, which is the quality set that wishes to be mature. Oh, Pisces, my goodness. This is amazing. You get hero, heroine. So let me go ahead and read it. So the shadow attributes, the lower frequency manifestation of hero, heroine are escapism and a false sense of heroism. The higher frequency manifestation, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. How gorgeous is that? Really, really, really phenomenal. This is a month for you. The energies are primed to support you becoming the hero of your own life, to manifesting that beauty, Pisces. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Manifest the beauty. You can do it. Wonderful. So let's see what else we have for you this month. Let's move on now, Pisces, to the final component of your Alchemy Scope. This is the Dakini goddess that is acting to provide the embodiment that if you were to embody her, you would be optimally served this month in dealing with the growth edges that lie ahead of you and providing you least effort and bliss. It is direct guidance. You received number 44, Lady Rainbow. And again, I'm reading here from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. She is the lunar effect on the waters of the planet and the earth itself. Her fire is her power of lightning. Who is Lady Rainbow? In Mayan cosmology, Lady Rainbow, Ishil, is a moon goddess connected to earth and water. She is a weaver of worlds and associated with pregnancy and childbirth. She is a healing goddess and keeper of medicines. She pours water for the crops from her sacred womb jar. If angered, she can also bring floods. I'm going to read more here from the divinatory meaning that Penny writes. Lady Rainbow, as a weaver goddess, is here to help you weave the fabric of your existence in a more meaningful way. She is here to ask you to reset your view of time. She is here to ask you to re-examine the very principles and structures that govern your life, both the ones imposed by society and the ones you set up for yourself. Time for a reboot of your mainframe, the framework handed down to us by our culture. A gift of healing energy, the right remedy at the right time. Take your medicine pouch. If you are involved in the art of healing, Lady Rainbow says her appearance in your life is a confirmation of that calling. You are a healer. Perhaps it's time to give birth to a new you. Perhaps the whole system is rebirthing. There may be some real work involved here, as they don't call it labor for nothing. But when the time for shift comes, it's just that time that you either work with it or you fight against it. Change is going to happen anyway. Be one with change.